EDRAGONS got a fantastic little buff in the latest update. Even better, they pair perfectly with the Overgrowth Spell and the Haste Vial, and today I'm going to show you how to use them. This box base, like most, has both sweepers facing the back end, which is pretty bad for air spam strategies. Also got the Rage Tower in the core, which means even once our E-Drags get there, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So the way around this in the past is a lot of people did the Queen Charge Recall E-Drags attacks and would send the E-Dragons straight through the Town Hall. But even then, one of the problems is when the E-Drags sit in that Town Hall poison, they're incredibly vulnerable. I'm going to show you how by using the Overgrowth Spell, you can take E-Dragons to the next level and go through the Town Hall on box spaces seamlessly. So I'm using the Flame Flinger on one side. Its job is to get rid of the air defense inside a funnel. King and Queen on the other side. We're not going to need any of the recall spells. And before we start, let's put down the Overgrowth Spell. Now notice I don't put the Overgrowth Spell on the CC because I want to kill the CC with my E-Dragons. I also leave the Monolith up because I want my E-Dragons to still go towards the core. And this kind of becomes an issue of timing. So we pop the Warden ability here. And notice, because the Eagle's not raining on our troops, none of that, our troops are kind of chilling at this point in time. The Heal Tome doing a fantastic job. King and Queen on the bottom side. And have a look at this. As soon as the Overgrowth Spell runs out, that's okay, because our E-Dragons are in position to take advantage of it. And that's what I love about the Overgrowth Spell with E-Dragons. There's no long-range damage coming in anymore, and look, we wreck this entire core. The core goes. Now, if I didn't have the Overgrowth Spell, there's no way I get through this whole core. It's just so nice. I've still got my King and Queen ability. King ability goes, he's going to go around the base, classic him, and I've got the RC ability as well. Obviously, the RC, not just the ability, just the RC in totality, and obviously we're going to use the Haste Vial with this. You could use the Hog Puppet, but it makes more sense to take down the back end super quickly, running the Healer Puppet with the Queen, clearly the best one. RC ability goes off and she's about to go to work. Bang, 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 bang. Skelly Trap's gone. Unfortunately, the haste effect doesn't do too much if you get caught in a NATO. Maybe in the future we'll see NATOs used to stop RC abilities. We got all the loons come out of the Flame Flinger. You don't need to use 10 loons in the Flame Flinger if you want. It's just some of the time I use the Blimp with this army, so it made sense. But look at that. Plenty of swag spells as well. Let's see what else we can do with the Overgrowth Spell. This base is a perfect example of how good E-Dragons will be with the Overgrowth Spell. So yet again, we got a Flame Flinger on the top side. This base is relatively common as well, so I'm sure you'll all find it at some point. So Flame Flinger's job, just to get that air defense. Now, you need to look at the core, and the toughest thing with this is figuring out where you want your Overgrowth Spell to end. So for instance, I'm not gonna get the single Inferno behind the Town Hall in the Overgrowth here because I want my E-Dragons to still be in the core of the base. So I'm gonna go up to the Eagle Artillery, and then as long as I time it well, the Overgrowth Spell will run out at the sort of time that my E-Dragons get to the core. So look, we put it down there. Would have been nice if I could get the multi-arch towers, but very hard to get the multi-arch towers and not the single Inferno. So King and Queen on the bottom side, E-Dragon into the Town Hall. This is why I don't like using the Healing Tome with E-Dragons, because the loons die super quick, whereas with the Life Gem, they last a bit longer. But when you're going through the Town Hall, you do need the Healing Tome. So have a look at this. E-Dragons are in the core of the base. Single Inferno will go down, thankfully. And now we double Rage, and look at this. The base is not ready for E-Dragons to come from behind, but also to be this healthy. My E-Dragons are full health. These chains are disgusting. There's 3 single Infernos and 2 box bases on this, which is terrible for E-Dragons, but not for our E-Dragons. And look at that. I do put down the Royal Champion here. Not even sure if we needed her. Unfortunately, my Warden keeps taking out the chain effects, which is annoying. RC ability goes off. She deals with that Skelly Trap so quickly. Zooms through the NATO, but loses her Fox, which is perfect. Because look at this. She can still go invisible, even if the Fox is 30 tiles away. I mean, that is ridiculous. But yeah, it doesn't end up looking like an overkill, but that was so strong through the core of the base, and that's what I love about this Overgrowth spell. No more eagle shots raining on your parade at the start of your attack. If you do plan on purchasing any of the update packs or offers, it would mean the world to us if you could put in creator code BLUE. It allows us to create this free content for you all, and honestly, means the world to us. Now, ring bases, I'll admit, I didn't quite figure out the best way to use it, but I do have an example here that you can use. Obviously, ring bases, we want to blimp the town hall. It would be lovely to use a flame flinger and set up a funnel, but alas, we can't. So baby drag on the bottom side, and what I'm gonna do, gonna get the eagle again, get the monolith, and what I'm doing is I don't want my E-Dragons to sit in the town hall poison. Even if you blimp the town hall, you'll find a lot of the time that your E-Dragons still go through the town hall poison, but have a look at this here. There is almost no chance they do because there is no reason for them to go to the left. So we get the blimp to the town hall. We're going to rage that. NATO tries to pull us off. We just get that down. Now, unfortunately, a few E-Dragons go to the bottom. How annoying. But have a look at that. E-Dragons went nowhere near that damage area on the base. And now what am I going to do? King and Queen on the bottom side. And then we're going to RC straight through the middle. The Eagles got enough one set of shots, maybe two. That's alright. We can live with that. It's worth it for the 2 spell space of the Overgrowth spell. I don't know. I'm not going to say I expect this to be nerfed because I have no idea how some of the other content creators are going to use this. But it is very nice with this E-Drag attack I have found. RC doing her thing in the haste, taking down all those buildings, and the heroes have this covered from here. The E-Dragons did die up, but they did their job. You know, I'm not saying with the Overgrowth spell that E-Dragons are going to start taking the whole base down by themselves. No, but they're going to do exactly what you need them to do. So, ring base goes down there. I've got one last replay for you all. Let's jump into that. Final attack here. I wanted to show you the type of base where I would not go straight through the town hall, and this is the exact one. So we're going to start with the flame flinger, just getting rid of that air defense. So if you have a look at the base here, it's annoying to path the E-Dragons to the town hall, and once you get there, there's 3 single infernos after the town hall. We'd only be able to overgrowth one of them. Poison tower as well. Just looks like a terrible spot for E-Dragons to be. Now, we're still going to kind of go through the town hall, but not directly. So, plan is to put the Overgrowth spell kind of on the eagle, get the poison tower and that core single inferno. Then we're going to come in from below the flame flinger here. I put the baby drag down. I don't know why. Yes, obviously, I know the corner Tesla is there, but I'm trying not to pretend I know. I think the baby drag was to help get rid of the wizard tower, or maybe it was to funnel the E-Dragons later in the attack. You'll see what I mean. So we get the E-Dragons down, then the Overgrowth, and away we go. Now, it is an awkward funnel for the E-Dragons. It's slightly too narrow, but we do with what we can have. I'm not pretending to be the best E-Drag player in the world. King and Queen on the right-hand side. And now it's about obviously making sure the town hall goes down, but I'm more focused on the E-Dragons on the left-hand side. By the way, notice this. You can chain through the Overgrowth buildings, but just not damage them. But look, at this stage, you can see what I'm focusing on. These 3 E-Dragons, and look at this. They are in a perfect position now to take advantage of the vulnerable defenses because they didn't get the chance to shoot at our E-Dragons from range. We get all that down and we're away. We've got the loons from the flame flinger now coming in to finish off the core of the base. And now it's just up to us where we put our royal champion down. I mean, what chance does a Town Hall 16 have against E-Dragon attacks if the Monolith and the Eagle never get a single shot off? Now, the Monolith and the Eagle can get minimal shots off if we go straight into them, but then we have to fight 2 sweepers. Whereas now with the Overgrowth spell, we've got a way where we could go straight, where we can avoid the sweepers, but also avoid the damage of the highest rated defenses, or at least the ones that are going to make our lives hell. RC cleans up the base, King and RC ability left over, and we are loving this. The real question is, what do you guys think of this? If you don't think it's that strong a strategy, I can take it. Fair enough, you're entitled to your own opinion, but if you're asking me, I love it.